Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually not going to be talking about makeup or like a makeup look or anything like that. I'm actually going to be talking about skincare. I feel like skincare is the best foundation for any makeup look. I'm going to talk about the products that have been working for me, that I've been loving, I feel like are great for my skin type. Now, a lot of the products that I have, pretty much actually all the products that I have are drugstore. Nothing is like super expensive, but I do have some dupes for like higher end things that I have used that I kind of liked, but I like these better. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and turn on the little notification bell so you know when I upload, and we live happily ever after. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So before I get started, I want to explain a little bit about my skin. I have really oily skin, and I have really big pores, and I wouldn't say sensitive skin as in like I can't use a lot of things because like I'll break up in hives. I do have really not sensitive, what's the word? Delicate, I would say. I have like a routine of things that I use and like steps and stuff like that. If I don't do like my skin routine and stuff like that for at least one day, or like I miss like my night routine or something like that, I will kind of get, not exactly a pimple, but I'll get kind of like a bump. Like if it's gonna be a pimple, it does go away. It's just like, it's really emotional, I would say. Also, I never really had like troubled skin when I was like in high school or like even the beginning of college. Like my skin was pretty much normal, I would say. I really didn't wear any makeup to school really. It was just more like mascara, eyeliner, and like maybe some lip gloss. I didn't really start getting into makeup till like kind of in college, I would say, because I did go to high school like 10 years ago. All the makeup trend and all the things that we're seeing now weren't in when I was in high school. So I didn't really start breaking out or like having trouble with my skin till like maybe midway through college, I would say, once I like started working and like did all the adult things that people do, I guess. And I actually started getting really oily. I started breaking out really bad. Like this whole part of like my face was just like covered in pimples. It was like so freaking bad. Like even if I try to cover it up with makeup, I look like one of those like crunch bars. Like it was just like a layer of makeup with like bumps, and it was just like the worst thing ever. Like I could not leave the house without any kind of foundation or something to kind of cover up my pimples and my bumps and stuff like that. I would say maybe about 5 years ago I started to kind of take care of my skin more, because I would say though before I really didn't use anything specific. I would just kind of use like whatever things I would just kind of see at the drugstore, like at Walmart and stuff like that. But I was never really into like trying new things or trying to figure out what worked with me or for my skin. But these are the products that I feel like work really good for my skin. Now, everyone's skin is different, so like whatever works for me might not necessarily work for you. But it's something that, you know, if you're looking to try something new, you could, you know, try it out. Or if you guys actually have any recommendations, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm always down to try new things, because you honestly just never know what's gonna work for you. So the first thing that I do is when I wash my face, I actually have this little brush thing. It spins. I almost bought the Clarisonic, like the little brush, but I did not want to spend like almost $200 on it. And then like the little brushes to replace, like to reuse them or whatever, they're like 30 bucks I think a piece or something like that. And I was just like, not about that life, okay? I found this at Ulta. This is actually the Ulta brand. And then the little brush things, I think they're like $10, and it comes with a pack of 2, and I change it every 6 months. So for 10 years, for a whole year, that's a pretty good deal. Now this one is battery operated. I did kind of wish it was like rechargeable, but honestly the batteries last a pretty long time. Like I don't have to keep rechanging them or whatever. So I use the brush, and I use the oil-free acne wash from Neutrogena. I put like 2 pumps of this onto the little brush thing, and then I just spin it all over my face. And then once I rinse that off, I use the Shea Moisture African Black Soap Clarifying Facial Wash and Scrub with tamarind extract and tea tree oil. Wow, that is a mouthful. But this is what it looks like. Now, it's actually like a scrub for your face, but it's not that rough. Like, I've tried the St. Ives apricot one, and that one was just like super rough. Like, I felt like I was rubbing sand on my face. But this one actually is really gentle on the skin. Like, it doesn't, you know, like, it's not super rough. Like, it's scrubbing your face, but it's not gonna like hurt you, if that makes sense. And then once I get out, like, I brush my teeth and all of that stuff, I use the Thayers. I hope I'm saying that right. The Thayers, whatever, witch hazel. And this is the original. I usually get the cucumber one because I love anything that smells like cucumber.
Cucumber, or as they call it in Jamaica, cucumba. Cucumba.
When I went to go get a new one, they didn't have it and I needed it, so I just went ahead and picked up this one. Now, I've used a lot of toners. I've used like 5 different toners. I personally don't understand what a toner is supposed to do. I mean, I know what it's supposed to do, but I've never really noticed the difference with any of the toners I use. But this one, actually, I feel that it cleans my skin out. Like, even if I leave like maybe like some makeup stayed behind or dirt or whatever, and like my scrub and my little cleanser thing don't work, this one will get everything out. It's not drying, so it doesn't dry my face out. It's just a really good toner. I don't know how else to explain it. I know a lot of people talk about this, a lot of people rave about it, and I mean, it's for good reasons. It's good. When I want to get like my mascara off and all of that stuff, I use the Garnier Micellar cleansing water. I hope I'm saying all of these right. I swear people probably think that I don't know how to speak, but I just get stuck in some words, okay? Sometimes like I think in Spanish, or like I try to read some words in Spanish, but I know that's not the way. It's just, my head is just like confused all the time, okay? And I use the mattifying one, which is like the green one. I don't know if you can see it or if it's too bright. This is just like really sensitive on my eyes. It doesn't like burn. It doesn't, I don't really know if it's mattifying. I just get that because I know I'm oily, so like might as well get a mattifying one. But I've used the pink one too, like the original one, and nothing really happened. I used the blue one too, which I think it's like the sensitive. They honestly just kind of all work the same for me. This is just a really good, like your mascara and stuff like that. I feel like it gets everything out and I don't have to be like rubbing and like hurting my eye and whatnot. Now this is where all like the complicated and extra shit happens. If you don't have a lot of time for your skin, it's fine, I understand, you know, but me, that I have really problematic skin, I have to make time for it, because it's like if I don't do it in the mornings or at nights, like it's like game over for me, okay? Like I will for sure 100% break out somewhere or another, like by the time I get home from work and stuff like that. For those days that I actually do have a lot of like maybe bumps or pimples or stuff like that that I see going on, I don't use these every day. It's just more for the days that I feel like I need it. I use the Neutrogena Rapid Clear Treatment Pads. Now these things burn. Not like to the point where like you can't take it, but they do burn as you're putting it on. So I feel like it works in drying out like the pimples and stuff like that you have. Since it is pretty strong, I just use it maybe like twice a week. I haven't used it in a week because my skin has actually been the best that it's been in a while. You might not think so because like my skin's still kind of like fucked up, but I've actually been really comfortable with my skin lately. Like I've been going bareless for like a while. Like I'll just put like mascara and I've been super comfortable with it. Now I do still have some scarring like around here or like on my other side, but it has been getting better and it has been kind of clearing up. I just feel like these products are great. I feel like I'm rambling a lot in this video and I feel like I'm not making sense. So if I'm not, I'm sorry. I'm trying the best I can. I don't know why I feel like I'm talking super fast. Yeah, and I also feel like I'm out of breath. Let's just not get into that, okay? So once I do that, the first thing that I do is put on eye cream. This is probably the only product that I have that is not drugstore, I would say. It is kind of pricey, but I've been finding it at Marshall's or like TJ Maxx for like $16. So it's not that bad and it does last a really long time. And I feel like this is the only eye cream that I've actually noticed a difference on like my under eyes. And that is the Dr. Brandt Glow Invigorating Retinol Eye Cream. Every time I go to Marshalls and TJ Maxx, I stock up. Like, I'll get another one just because I don't want to run out and then not find it, because they don't really sell it at Ulta or like Sephora. Like, I had to like Google it to look for it, and it was like $30, so like I did not want to do that. But this, I just put a little bit and I just dab it a little bit underneath my eyes. I never really rub. You want to just make sure that you're dabbing, because if you rub, you're actually pulling your skin and that creates more wrinkles. And also, if you're applying like serums or lotions or anything like that, you want to make sure that you massage like upwards, because when you do down, that's whenever like your face gets a little droopy. I mean, it's not really gonna make that much of a difference, but if you can like slow down the process of aging, I'm all for that. So once I do my eye cream, I actually go in with a vitamin C treatment. So I've actually have two that I've been using and that I love. And I actually find that these are really good dupes for, well, let me just show you the first one that I have. I've been using the Valgene Labs. Now, I love this brand and I find it at Marshalls, and this is the Revive one. It's the vitamin C plus peptides. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's a little like dropper kind of thing. I do add like 2 or 3 drops of tea tree oil just because like I feel like it'll help with my skin, especially for like pimples and stuff. Vitamin C is actually really good for like during the day for like a serum, because it brightens up your skin and it helps with like all the scarring that you might have from like pimples. Before I was using this one, I was actually using Coop Daisy C Plus Day Serum. So this is what it looks like. It's also like kind of a little dropper thing. Any vitamin C serum that I use, I put drops of tea tree oil just because since I put it on during the day, and I feel like tea tree oil is really good for problematic skin, especially if you're oily or if you have like easy breakouts. So I just added to any day serum that I use. It's actually a really good like tip if you guys are looking on how to use tea tree oil but you don't know how to dilute it. You can just add it to like any serum that you use. So by the looks of it, you might already know what this might be a dupe for, and that is for the Drunk Elephant C Firma Day Serum. So if you look at them, they pretty much are the exact same color, white and orange. Like the orange are exactly the same. Like, it's crazy. Okay, backstory. My skin was actually being really bad and I didn't know what kind of products to use because whatever I was using back then wasn't working. I saw that a lot of people were like raving about Drunk Elephant and how it was so good for skin and texture and oil. So I went ahead and purchased it was like a little gift set thing. They did work for my skin, but I feel like the second time I bought them, like rebought them, it was kind of like if my skin was kind of like used to it and it didn't really make a difference anymore in my skin. Like I felt like my skin was just like stuck in one spot and like that was it. Like it wasn't getting any worse, but it wasn't getting any better. I decided to just kind of maybe look for something else. Me being the avid, I think that's the word, like the avid shopper of TJ Maxx and Marshalls that I am, I always look for like the skin section and where they have like all their serums and like their sprays and like rose waters and all of that. I saw the Coop Daisy C Plus. So I was like, wow, that looks a lot like the the Drunk Elephant thing. So the only difference is that the Drunk Elephant one is really watery and it's like an orange tint kind of thing, and it smells like orange peels. I didn't necessarily like that, but I didn't hate it. It was just like really smelly. And this one is thicker and it's also like white. I don't know if you can see, but it's like just, I don't know, like a milky kind of texture. I started trying this and it worked really good for my skin. So these are great dupes if you're looking for something kind of similar to the Drunk Elephant things. Any vitamin C honestly will work good, but these I feel like actually are really good dupes for this. So speaking of Drunk Elephant dupes, I actually was looking for another dupe for this one because I feel like this serum out of all the Drunk Elephant ones was the one that was making my skin better. So when I was like googling and like looking to see if anybody was like maybe had found a dupe or something like that, a lot of people had mentioned the Alpha skincare brand and they actually sell it at Ulta, so I ordered it and it does work really good. It's a really good dupe for it. Now this one is 12% AHA and BHA blend, and this one is 14% AHA. So it's a little bit stronger than this, but honestly I feel like they work great. It's a really good dupe for it, and it's actually really affordable. I think this little thing was like, I want to say $14. This one, like the big size of it, if you don't want to buy like the kit like I did, is like $90. So honestly, that is like a really good dupe or like comparison. Recently I just found another dupe that's actually way better than this one, and that is also the Coop Daisy Night Glow. If you look at these, they are like the exact same. This one also has glycolic acid and collagen, which is pretty much the same thing, which is also pretty much the exact same thing that this, well, not the exact same thing, but a lot of the things that this one has. And let's see, I paid $5.99 for this thing that is 1.5 ounce, and this one's only 5 ounces. You're getting a pretty good deal, so I suggest if you go to like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, look into the skincare and see if you can find these two, because I'm telling you, these two things are great dupes for the drunk elephant things. Now I haven't tried to Google these to see if you can buy them like on their website, or if they even have a website or something like that. I bought this, I want to say maybe like 6 months ago, and I recently went and they still have them. Like, they keep them in stock. I don't know how else to explain it. I'll use any vitamin C really with like tea tree oil and put that on my skin, make sure that it soaks in. And then once I do that, I use the Azure Terra hemp seed oil. Now this is kind of like a moisturizer. It's just a clear serum. So I use this after the vitamin C serum. I put some of this on, and then I let it soak in, and then I go in with my Shea Moisture African Black Soap Balancing Moisture for blemish prone skin. This moisturizer or whatever, it's actually mattifying, so I find that it's really good for those days that you're gonna go like without any makeup. I mean, I've talked about this before. It's amazing. You guys should try it if you haven't. One thing that I kind of skipped over, this hemp seed oil is actually good for like scarring. So I have noticed that with this, like my scars like right here on like the side of my cheek are actually going down. So if you're looking for something that's gonna help with like the scarring and like all that stuff, I suggest the hemp seed oil. This one I think I bought at Ross. I think it was also like $5.99. If you're looking for like a moisturizer and you're not really like oily or anything like that, this is really good. Not that it's oily, because it actually just kind of soaks into the skin. In the mornings, once after I use my Shea Moisture thing, I spray a little bit of the Glow Vitamin C and Magnesium Facial Mist from, I also got this at TJ Maxx for like $8. It smells amazing. It just gives your skin not necessarily a glow, it just helps your skin be a little bit like moisturized and just feel like it gives it like a very natural glow, I would say. It's really good, especially for the days that you're gonna put like foundation on. It's a good kind of like primer water. I've tried like the rose water ones and all that stuff, but honestly I feel like those do nothing for my skin. This one has vitamin C and magnesium, so I feel like I'm putting something in my face other than just like rose water, because rose water is literally just that, just water with roses in it, and I just don't understand it, or it just doesn't work for me. If it works for you, great, but for me, I'd just rather not. I believe that is it for all the skincare stuff that I had. Thanks again for staying all the way to the end. I know this video was maybe a lot of like rambling and kind of going fast and just kind of all over the place. I understand, and I'm sorry. I don't know why I just felt like I needed to talk about everything super fast and then just jump into another thing and then jump into another thing. It was just a mess, but I'll make sure to link everything down below if I find the websites or like anything like that, just so if you want to try it, you can like, I don't know, buy them there or go to TJ Maxx and Marshall's and see if they have them there. Thanks again for coming back. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like this video, and bye!